me congratulate you, pa. Congratulations.
Boss, morning, Bibiaboko there.
Nyamiadu Biaboko, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, quickly tell us that were you now?
No, I was not able to make it, but I followed the entire event.
Okay. So the Kwawu Business, Forum. This is the new thing to us. Who is saying?
No, I think the whole concept, the Honorable Julius Deborah, our Chief of Staff, is trying to push and say we need to encourage businesses. And your brothers and sisters from Kwewu have always been top and astute business people. So his whole idea is to bring them together, ensure that they can mentor people, ensure that they can get support from banks. During the event, and I'm told, say people mounted. A friend told me, say, not all your business be or China, but during the Kwewu summit, he had the opportunity of speaking to a bank who says that we have a whole desk in our bank that deals with people who want to do businesses in China. So the bank will deal with the business entities in China for you, whilst you also deal with the bank. And I think, say, it is a very laudable initiative. Nana, and I'm sure, say, what the Honorable Julius Deborah sought to achieve is to ensure, say, we grow a lot of businessmen. Is to ensure that the banks in themselves also provide the needed capital and incentive for business people. Nana, when say banks is here as open loan, the sort of things, the litany of things, or maybe so as a fabrano, it makes it very difficult. And I'm sure, say, this is one of the reasons why he brought everybody together, especially from Kwewu. I am 100% in support and believe in, say, one day, other regions will also replicate the same thing.
But it means that the program is called Business Forum.
Yes.
But who said no, baby, Adiane Ekeka Kon. You said that the first edition, maiden edition, I was said no. Adie ni kwase ye Kwawu Business Forum, but it should be a national thing.
Yes.
I do be able come on board to your development.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you look at President Mohammed's statement, that is a statement of a visionary leader.
Yeah.
The fact say this is in Kwewu, he's made it so clear. Said the idea behind it and how successful our events was. He believes that we should replicate it in all the country. And I just said that as well. Say other regions will have to come on board and grow. This is a homegrown initiative. I think the Honorable Julius Deborah is doing this because we say there are a lot of potentials that business people in Kwewu can bring together to help in the development of the country.
So how it is about business moguls, businessmen.
Yes.
So be a maybe for example be a businessman. It will be a Makola, and I say will be a KGT, and a Central Market. Me qualify, say me apply, and I see a frame.
I know you apply.
You apply.
So Nana, you see what he sought to achieve. And say, for example, today me who a lot of business people who are coming from Kwewu and their business that they are into. First, I knew the businesses that they were into, but I didn't know that they were coming from Kwewu. And so it's an avenue, say, Obi or Makola, like you are saying. We'll speak to the secretariat that has organized this brilliant initiative and help BIS at the man. I'm sure the channels will be there for them to go through it, yes.
So, and we know so and yet, say, Obi a sebi, what tebro phone kwa, nasi wakusku akwechiri, but be a businessman, na me shene say, ebia my employ nipa bibribi be business ebumi me pe kwan bia business strategies bia me wa betimi aboa Ghana mo ho kwan se me call na me so metimi akwa me apply ko se bia ye kakasa no so na I'm not being buying that se mintimi kam krom kasa enfantro.
Nana won't say I have said the best business brains are people that are not educated. There are people that are not educated. Business, I am an entrepreneur, so when I say this, I say it with passion. Because I've met people who have propelled my business that don't have any qualification from the university. These are people who have completed JHS. These are people who have completed SS. So it is how you put together the thought that makes you an astute business person. In the last 21st century, say everything is about education, unya degree, unya diploma, unya where you can't do anything. But before then, I remember the late Nelson Mandela in his book Long Walk to Freedom. No can say in all his entire existence and all the education he had as a lawyer, as a human rights, you know that that quality education he had, when he became president, he never applied one.
Wow.
Yes. If you read Long Walk to Freedom, he said he never applied one. What he applied was the homegrown leadership skills that his late mother and father gave him. And they were not educated. They taught him how to lead cows. And in leading cows, they showed him how to do it. And so when he had crisis, and so when you read that portion that says this about Mandela, he says that is why he took a different stand from Oliver Tambo and the other ones are Okoye negotiation with the white apartheid government then. And so you would realize it is not always about education. Now, Makase, with what President Mahama has decided to do, for example, with the Women's Bank, who say we are concerned and we are happy to help people at that bottom level. Mamina or Makola, Mamina or Malata market, Mamina or KJT market, and that's a whole market. These are the people that we want to grow and make sure say the economy booms for Ghana.
Yes, I read a book. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men people in there. Yeah. Or say I go to market.
Yes.
When people are leaving market. And I leave market when people are going to market. That's the business strategy. So in this case, say maybe I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
My grow. It me kwa na my microphone na my church the choir fast so me grow. My system they said about I buy better piano. That is the forum all about.
Yes. And not only that. So come up with the brilliant. One say startups in Western lands, BB startups. So you see me say maybe I have a farm that deals in chickens. Then there's another gentleman that has a farm that deals in cows. This is how startups are brought together. Then they are funded. So 3 businesses come together. They come together with all those ideas. They embed it together. And at the end of the day, what they will achieve together, those 3 is far bigger and better than what one person would have achieved. I think this is what the Kweku Forum is about. Collective reasoning, collective support for businesses, collective support for entrepreneurship development. Because behind the NDC agenda, we have said, it is not about growing people who become civil servants. No, we say that the country's economy will grow when we have a lot of entrepreneurs. Yeah. So everything that this government is doing is to ensure, entrepreneurial skills, and those people with the enterprises, like individual enterprises, or self-employed, those are the people that we want to encourage and empower. So that once we empower them, the economy grows. Nobody will want to wait and go into government employment. Everybody can say, if I have this ABC idea, I'll run to the Women's Bank, take a loan, and be able to achieve it.
Just like former World Bank President Wolfenton told President Akufo to strengthen the private sector.
Yes.
Say private sector be stronger. It's far better than a bit more grew.
Of course. In other parts of the world, for example, in South Africa, typical. There's no government official that is rich. These are people that are entrepreneurs. Even the current sitting president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, he has a lot of franchises. McDonald's, other companies like Bidvest. There's a Bidvest company that deals with vehicles and other things, and he has shares in it. So before he became the president, he was an entrepreneur, and he ensures that he excelled and excelled well. And I think we need to in Ghana, once there's a businessman that is doing well, we all want to pull the person down. We all want to tag the person, a politician, he's from this party or he's from that party. And I think, it has not helped us in growing our economy. So going forward, I think we all have to rally behind. Madam Fubiye Juma South Africa, Mrs. South Africa, Nigeria. Now, I'll say, who could do some of the airports, the private airports, and you see, this private jets of business people in Nigeria and how they help each other. I think, like the Archbishop Duncan Williams said, we should stop this and rather grow our country, grow the business people to ensure, our children that will come after us, will know, we did a lot of businesses that benefited not only us, but the entire country.
Can we do it in a way you be an act send your bear a baby bar on best system no because a baby when any swadi we or person grow the private sector no now or raising more entrepreneurs to strengthen the economy. That's fine. But ebia the Kwawu Business Forum no a big grow to a level be for the next 4 years because every year they will do it. After another government will come then. No, I bet discouraging the crowd when say, I bet Shakra has a friend from Kofobina. Yes, I bet start afresh. Can we do an actor a bit me a shay and say, in Afibiano, it has to go, we have to go to Kwawu for this, say the baby to Mrs. Sam.
I think, sir, we should look at it not being a duplication of ideas. We have the National Development Planning Commission. The sole aim of this under the constitution is that they plan the development of Ghana. Everything goes through them. There's an act in parliament that supports this National Development Planning Committee. So Okofa Kwewudi and Soko Kahu said there should be an act that binds on government. I think say we'll have duplicity. What I think we can do, say, like the president said, it should be a national event, and this national event can be brought under the National Development Planning Committee. And like you said, I believe, strongly, such things, no, this is what makes a country. So I believe, if it is possible, and we would all come together, devoid of the political machinations. So, Julius Debra started at the NDC, then an MPP person comes next year or next 20 years when they come to government, then they'll say, so we're also going to stop it because Julius Nedebaye. No, we should look at the end result. We should look at the benefit Edema. And I believe, if Parliament, we are going for the constitutional review. Me, I sure the committee will present their reports to the president. And I think, with the majority that President John Dramani Mahama and the NDC have in Parliament, this is the time for us to ensure that there are reforms, there are things that are done in a proper way, not to benefit only NDC. Say, Nana, if we make a mistake and misuse the majority that we have in Parliament and do things that Ghanaians will not benefit, it will be a shame on us. And when Ghanaians get angry with us, it will be worse than what the MPP suffered. So I'm believing, whatever it is, we'll replicate it and ensure, a benefit Ghana for now.
Yes, that's fantastic because Julius Debra, I remember vividly when he was a local government minister. Also, initiative clean up exercise every last Saturday of every month. But I bind the bar now, but there's something that I can bet me. We talk about the Chief Justice. But tell us 90 days, over 90 days of President Mahama's government. Who say
I think
be sincere despite that
I think the president has done what most people didn't believe that he was going to be able to do.
What are some of the things?
I think that those taxes that the president said he was going to abolish, we had people who believed no, he was not going to be able to do it. Betting tax is gone, e-levy is gone. There are other taxes as well that are gone. President Mahama indicated within the shortest period of time, he would ensure he has a compact with the Ghanaian people. That social contract that he had with the people. Nana, you can be so happy and rest assured, the good people of Ghana are enjoying what they voted for. Nana, and classical artists, yesterday, refreshing, we had news that some of these mining firms are mining in our forest reserves. Most of them have been arrested. There was a call by the Honorable Muntaka, we should ensure, you best police heads are what this places of the Galamsey, and yesterday I realized that the IGP has reassigned most of them because you see they have become complacent. And then it twats their mindset as to ensuring Galamsey becomes a thing of the past. Nana, the only challenge that I believe the NDC has encountered in these few months, is how to manage the expectations of our teaming supporters, especially the young people. And so that is where I always tell myself and all the young people, let's take our time. Let's ensure, we roll out the 24-hour economy. Because remember, that is our flagship program. You believe it will become the game changer. Now, you don't just rush into it. I know, the mechanisms, the steps that needs to be taken so that you start 24-hour economy now, it will move in the right direction and with that speed that we believe that it will. And Youth and Employment President Mahama has indicated time without number say it's a matter of national security and it's a matter of concern to him. Aside that, where we believe say we should do more, no, I think that the NDC is doing very well. There was a report or a survey by the Global Info Analytics, and the indicators that over 58% believe say we are in the right direction. And I think, Nana, this doesn't call for celebration. This calls for us to have level heads, cool heads, and ensure say we deliver on the mandate the good people of Ghana demand.
All right, hi, Kessben 92.9, and Namasugu Samuti and Kessben TV, DSTV channel 364, Go TV channel 121, Obehumi FM Nana from Ponziga, Kessben Machi, Jumedi Sabre is 11 past 8. Na Yura, Quashie, Benjamin Quashie, chairman of the Council of Elders, South Africa, NDC, and I'm what to see an FM command. Now, the Chief Justice's issue, Abe. Now we interview an yes, Papa or Calf, now the Chief Justice removal. There's a process. I guswa yeah, but yet as my penny say one tenacity. But the constitution is sure my penny so bet me I said. How do you take the whole exercise? The Chief Justice on call on tena you be a Canadian.
Now I think say the Chief Justice, if I were the Chief Justice, I don't think I would have waited till this time, because Nana won't say we always say something. And you see, what the Chief Justice is going through is a direct result of the recklessness of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo when he was president. What is happening to the Chief Justice now? Nana, when the NDC came to campaign, what did we tell the good people of Ghana was the qualification of our president or our flag bearer then, now president? Did we tell the good people of Ghana that John Mahama is a lawyer?
No.
Did we tell the good people of Ghana that John Mahama is a student of the law?
Even a communication expert.
We have always said, President Mahama is a communicator. That is his field. But we voted for a man that we said was an astute lawyer. We didn't say he was just a lawyer. This thing that all the MPP lawyers are rushing to the press, granting interviews, and that their hypocrisy is that they should walk to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's house in Nima and tell him that his recklessness is what has brought this. And now, I'll expand. And now, I say one of the MPs was saying, if Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did it and it was wrong, what gives President John Dramani Mahama the right to also do the wrong thing, because this is a matter of interpretation. This is a matter of the Constitution.
Okay. Nana, so what did he do wrong? And
yes.
The worker say reckless.
Nana, on May 9th, 2018, President Akufo-Addo suspends 4 High Court judges. Charlotte Osei, former EC boss, was sacked by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Nana, look at the Auditor General, Domelevo. Where were these lawyers, almost lawyers of conscience? Where were they? Was their consciences sleeping at that time? Nana, we had a president who said, we all believe he was a lawyer. And when he was doing things wrong, Nana, they all sat down, looked at this man, ran this country to the ground, said nothing. And then, Yakacho said, you are setting a bad precedent. Because at that time they were in government, it was so jolly for them. They were so happy about it, did what they want to do. And sure, Nana would say, Ghanaians want to have a court of the land that the beer we can predict their ruling. Nana, who says that? Look at the composition of the Supreme Court. Apart from one appointee from John Mahama and one appointee from the time of President Kufuor, all the other 14 or 13 were appointed by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
So what's wrong with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. The same way there's nothing wrong with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo appointing those people, there's nothing wrong with President Mahama sacking them. Look, I believe that the whole Supreme Court, every single one of them should go home. That's what I believe. Because, Nana, we have been in a country where the judiciary has become an albatross on the neck of the good people of Ghana. The judiciary, rather, is where we should be running to as Ghanaians, but we were not able to run there. Nana, where a chief justice can wake up in the morning and say, Parliament is not sitting, so there's a constitutional crisis. So why a ruling that should hang on the necks of Parliament? But the same chief justice, when members of the NDC, then in opposition, takes cases to her, she doesn't empanel people, but she was able to empanel the Supreme Court to take a decision and say the Speaker of Parliament has created a constitutional crisis. Nana, what the Chief Justice has done.
So was she wrong at that time?
Yes, she was wrong. Who says that we have separate arms of government? What makes the Chief Justice think, she has an upper hand over the legislature? What makes the Chief Justice believe, Parliament, Parliament will do it. But when Parliament tells her something to do, she runs to the president. So you see, the three arms of government, why I tell people, Nana Addo Dankwa is a president that should never happen again in any part of the world. And they Nana Addo made sure, the Supreme Court was an extension of the executive branch of his government. And it being the extension of the executive branch of his government, they were always doing things a bit pleasing Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Nana, this is where we have gotten to. The Chief Justice is gone. The Chief Justice is going because of the recklessness of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Believing, he was more human. Nana, the people, most of the MPP folks are more kasana. All they are saying is, the judiciary should rise. There's a coup d'etat. The judiciary should do what? The judiciary should do this. Nana, the way Charlotte Osei is now a past EC boss, who was suspended by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Gertrude Tokono is a suspended Chief Justice of this country. They can do their worst, but then at the end of the day, the presidents have established a prima facie case based on his consultation with the Council of State. And the president, so people are saying the president is vindictive. John Mahama, then you don't know him. John Mahama is not happy seeing Chief Justice going, but John Mahama is following the precedent. Look, whether you like it or not, it was one of the reasons why the good people of Ghana gave us that massive landslide victory. Simple reason being that President Mahama on the campaign trail indicated, the judiciary was not fair. We believe that it needs reform. The Ghanaian people bought into the idea and they gave us over 50-something% vote to ensure, Nana, will apply and ensure that the Supreme Court does what is right. And I'm sure, this is just the beginning, and we cannot thank President Mahama enough. We believe, this is the beginning for all the reset agenda that we are all looking forward to.
Now, say President Mahama, he just, setting the precedents, and or the SADNA, and non political, I don't know how to put it, but say
political chess game.
Yes, say ubi ayibi na me page. Chichira say me yibi ma and the APC the people of NDC intina bi am SADNA.
When Nana Addo did it, or the APC MP before.
Oh, but we are not talking about Nana Addo. If Nana Addo did it, because what kind of sadia, it means that what the president is doing is not good, but he just want to, replicate what Nana Addo did, said to satisfy or massage the ego of some people.
Okay, so let me tell you what the president did. The president ensured he followed the 1992 Constitution of the Republic.
That is the process.
The president ensured there was a petition. The president ensured he went to the Council of State. That is what the Constitution says.
Yeah.
After that, the president didn't leave it there. The president asked the Chief Justice to respond to those allegations. She did.
Yeah.
The president didn't say the response or Chief Justice or no Council of State or the Amomo. Council of State upon deliberation. Council of State, remember, they are coming out also from the Constitution of the Republic.
Yeah.
So Council of State have also come out to say there's a prima facie case against the Chief of Staff, the Chief Justice. And then what wrong did the president do? He did nothing wrong. The president has followed all the steps. What I am saying is when our friends in the NPP tell us that tomorrow is pregnant, I'll tell them that pregnancy that they see only now, they did it in 2018.
Then we are going back to the same.
We are not going back. What we are doing now is that once we've done this, Chief Justice is gone. I believe the Electoral Commission also should go. Once we are done, we'll start the reform process where the Constitution now that we all believe say needs an upgrade or needs an overlook, no, we all as Ghanaians go to change the constitution. I believe, say, Nana, if we don't do it this way, there is a party in this country that feel that they are more Ghanaian. Look, yesterday I realized that our friends and brothers from the MPP, the way they were talking, they are bitter. And I'm telling them that this is just the beginning. If the constitution states that we should be able to erase certain people with certain titles, no, I'm sure that the NDC will gladly do that. Because at the end of the day, no, Nana, this is a country that belongs to all of us. Let it not be, say, there's a select few or believe, say, they are more Ghanaian than the other. And this is what the NDC, this is the NDC we voted for. This is the party that was founded by Jerry Rawlings. Because at the end of the day, you know, we've been timid, we've been doing father for all, we've been taking advantage of. Today, Nana, Kwewu Summit. President John Dramani Mahama went to the house of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to greet him.
Yeah.
When Nana Addo was president for 8 years, the only time Nana Addo started smiling with John Mahama was when John Mahama won and there was a transition. Nana, look at all the videos. Look at all the pictures.
Yeah.
This is a president or commission any other thing that John Mahama's name. When him say one commission UGMC till he left. Why? Because he will go there and say this project was started by John Mahama. So he didn't commission it. So me, I would even tell President Mahama that he should slow down with always being with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, because Nana, we in the NDC fought for this hard-won victory because we believe, say, everything about Nana Addo was very wrong. It's he should. Nana, you see, I have not done this before, but it's so nauseating, especially look at social media, and you hear people, you know, quoting laws, quoting. And Masem say, where were they when Nana Addo Dankwa was doing the wrong thing? They were not there. Afenyo Markins is organizing press conferences and saying, say, the judiciary should rise up. Nana, who him say on the current Supreme Court justices, no? So what kind? Who is the eldest on the bench? It's not Justice Bafo-Bonny. Didn't Akufo-Addo bypass him to give it to Gertrude Tokon?
So Bafo-Bonny has come back.
You see, when God wants to,
so is it
when God wants to change the status quo, he does it in a way that he shows off about it. That is God for you. I'll give you 3 examples. Today, Bafo-Bonny is chairing a committee that is going to have a decision on the Chief Justice. In that committee, you have Yao Domelevo, somebody who was dismissed by Akufo-Addo, and Gertrude Tokon couldn't do what was right then. The third one, when you go to National Identification Authority, Nana, you remember there was a man there called Professor Atefua. He sacked a gentleman called Yaya Koku for one basic reason, that the Yaya Koku years back had criticized Alhaji Bawumia. So he wrote a letter. Professor Atefua wrote a letter.
Was that the ground?
Yes.
That was open ground.
Oh, that was the ground. Atefua. Yes. Open ground. That is the letter. I can get you a copy of the grounds. Was that Yaya Koku had said disparaging things about Nana Addo's government. So he cannot work for that government. So he was dismissed. Today, Yaya Koku is a CEO of the National Identification Authority. Where's Ken Atefua? He's home. So God has a way of doing his things. And if I were the MPP, I'll sit down, do an introspection, and realize, say, we took the Ghanaian people for granted and they've paid us back. Okay. And God has made it happen.
Yeah. Unse president ni your person ye justice tokono. In fact, a lot of people commentaries about a majority media people are not happy with it.
Which now, people?
Oh, I have listened to a couple of people.
They are all MPP.
The commentary. Okay,
they are all MPP.
So, Mr. Domelevo, you mentioned Mr. Domelevo.
Yeah.
Domelevo and remover. We made to understand say any age you are forcing cases any age.
Okay.
So it was all over the place.
Okay.
And the reason we were known to it. Okay. Madam Charlotte say the consent.
Don't rush from Yaudome level. Don't leave Yaudome level and go to Madam Charlotte to say.
No, I can't nabo.
But why you vet it on Dome level? But look at
I'm not the verdict.
Oh, you've not done the verdict.
No.
Oh, okay.
I never. Me person me say.
Okay.
Omo me hu say any age intina.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And Madam Charlotte was saying no.
Yeah.
Concerned workers of electoral commission.
Do you know their names?
They were there. In fact,
you know their
names. Oh, say Madam the deputy EC boss ya no on the queen.
Yes.
Office when me refinity kakra.
Mame no.
Yeah, they were all part of this concerned workers of EC. Omo petition mame say one procurement breaches ne a lot of stuff and not about bontim will be huni.
Okay.
Now we are removing this chief justice. I catch a mixed reaction. And no Kenya papa they will fine. The president constitution is a man who can say obetimi akyere ya de kontia we the chief justice. But based on this send your beya nkofo adena catch mixed reaction. Adena nka president enye sen ko beba bontia me ehunu the reason why is removing the chief justice. Though the constitution a man who can say or power bed or the bed to do power fan. You understand? But send your beya obi abete no ho ase ne yenka say we are certain a bad president said yeah Akufo-Addo ye bia mumu fi se enyem ebia enu abi no person your person pay them back na raise that perception no once and for all.
Let me start with Dome level. The same Supreme Court now, there was this frivolous allegation say he was older than his age and whatever, gave him a ruling now vindicating and said the president shouldn't have sacked him. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So it means that the president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he got it wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody called him to order because he was the commander in chief and the president at that time. Nana, in the history of the MPP, the 8 years history of the MPP, tell me one day that the Attorney General had a press conference to tell us about reasons why he has done this or reasons that he has done that before. We have an Attorney General now, the Honorable Dominic Ayeni. He comes to the press and tells you what he's doing and how he's doing this. This should give you a foreglimpse that President Mahama would ensure, say, whatever is in that petition that asked for the removal of the Chief Justice, if it is something that is to be shared with the public will know. That I can tell you. Say, President Mahama will not hide and say, so we saw Professor Kwekua's petition or the man Akufo-Addo that time. And Akufo-Addo, when he was responding to it, he didn't even mention the gentleman's name. So that it means that there are certain things that they keep secret and there are certain things that they can expose. What I'm saying is, Nana, the same way there were people that raised petition against Charlotte Osei, it is the same way that people have raised petition against the current Chief Justice. What I am saying is that, Nana, we have come far as a country. When this is done and the dust is settled, Nana, we'll realize, MPP's 8 years has taught the NDC one thing, that we are all Ghanaians. Until you make them realize, what oppression they cause us, they should also feel the pain. Nana, governance is not about emotions. No, we are not talking about emotions. What happened yesterday, Nana, it is something that you cannot even say, the president did anything wrong. The president has done nothing wrong. The suspension, it was a process for the Chief Justice. Technical, Nana, only lawyer Yika say, lawyer no was quoting the Constitution. I heard you also quoting the Constitution.
Yeah.
So what is it? We started having this problem with our brothers from the NPP when we were telling people, go home. Your employment were done illegally. They said, no, you should put them there. And we were telling them that, why not Safo Mafo was doing it? Where were you? And then they say, oh, no, you don't do the same thing. Nana, let's also make the mistake. When we do the mistake, just like they did it, we'll come back. You better rectify. Then we'll have a constitutional review. We'll ensure that the constitution is redefined. Make sure, everything about what the Ghanaian want to know, that is what should be there. But Nana, politics is a very complex thing.
Yeah.
If John Dramani Mahama makes a mistake, and which he has clearly not made, he has ensured, all the things that he promised that he was going to do, no, he's doing them. Because the people that gave him that mandate, Nana, they gave him an overwhelming mandate for him to be able to do the things that we believe that he should do. And Nana, is at the beginning, Chief Justice is gone. Like I have said, if I were the other justices of the Supreme Court, I would just write.
No, she been asked to step aside.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Step aside. No, will follow with go away. It will follow with go away. That process, whether you like it or not, it will follow with go away. And then when it follows with go away, our brothers and sisters in the MPP will cry. We'll give them handkerchiefs to wipe their tears. And when we are done, we'll go back to the Constitution for a review. That would ensure, say, we don't repeat these mistakes again.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Nancy. Penny Bo Abasopa.